speaking of that, what did you think of Beyonce's
new one?
Country album. I didn't listen to it. I'm not a Beyonce fan.
I like Beyonce a lot.
Yeah.
I actually think Beyonce's better than Michael Jackson. That's a real hot take for people. But that's.
I mean, we're both. I don't know, bro.
It would be longer than what we have time for me to prove why. But
better than Beyonce is wild.
Better than MJ.
Better than Michael Jackson is wild.
Yeah.
That is.
I don't mind if Beyonce's songs get labeled country. I also don't mind if they don't.
Well, that album was a country-esque album,
adjacent.
Right?
I would say it's country because there's some songs on there that are clearly not country.
Like I said, I didn't listen to the album.
Yeah, there's a song called Spaghetti in there. That's a rap song. Like there's no way around it.
Yeah,
that's a rap song,
okay.
and it's an amazing rap song. It's probably minus the beef. Like before the beef, Spaghetti was probably the best rap song that's come out this year. It's that good. It's an amazing song. But I wouldn't mind if some of those songs get labeled as country. I wouldn't mind if they don't. I think Beyonce's tapping into a black tradition that comes from the rural South.
Yeah.
And she's trying to mix things, deliberately. She's probably trying to make a statement also. And I don't mind the statement that she's making. I also, if she is trying to get accepted by country music, I don't understand why. Because I don't think that's a fight worth fighting for. And that's just my...
No, I agree.
That's my take on it. Apparently it happened because she went to the CMAs to perform daddy lessons and she didn't feel like she was treated right or whatever. And my reaction to that was like, okay, I mean, if you didn't feel like you were treated right, that's fine. But like, the CMAs and the AMAs have created their atmosphere. Yeah. And it's pretty clear that a lot of people don't fit into it. Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do think that there's, like, Jason Isbell famously or like notoriously, because you have to get accepted into those, like the Grammys, and like you have to you have to become a member. Yeah. I don't know if people know that. Like you have to be a member of the institution in order for you to qualify for like a certain things. And Jason Isbell gave it back. He's like, I don't want to be part of y'all. Like, you know what I mean? I think Brandy Carlisle did it too. That's why they never get nominated for shit. Yeah. Because even though they make songs that might be better, right? He's like, I just don't agree. I probably make better country songs, but like I just don't like what you guys stand for.
It's on
principle, I don't fuck with y'all. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I can respect that. Yeah.
And I don't understand why Beyonce's trying to fit into that club. If she wants to fit into that club. Okay. If she doesn't and she doesn't care about it, and she just wants to blend the genres and shed light on black rural culture, which exists for sure. Yeah. In the Deep South, then cool. It's cool. You know, and I like the album. I liked Act 1 a little more though, because I'm much more of a fan of New York Vogue and New York House. Okay. And if I am gonna get my share of like rural South good country music, I'd rather go to like a Jason Isbell or a Sturgill or a people of that ilk. You know what I mean? I'd rather go to those people for that sound. But I mean, I don't mind. I don't think it made the splash that she probably wanted to make, to be honest. But
it's the public reception to it was not good, mainly because she isn't white. Like that was like the only reason why people weren't.
Which is wild, by the way. Wild.
Comments
because Darius Rucker don't get that kind of flack, and neither does what's his.
Well, Darius Rucker was originally a country artist, though, right? Like
no.
Yeah.
Darius Rucker was
before Hootie.
Yeah.
I thought he did Hootie and the Blowfish first, and then became a country artist.
No. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, he was Hootie and the Blowfish first.
Okay.
And then became a country artist after Hootie.
Country, so that's the only reason.
Yeah, no, but you know the Hootie and the Blowfish songs also, because Hootie and the Blowfish was a huge band in the 80s, and then when they broke up, he made popular country songs. Yeah. And that was probably what you've heard also. But he was already famous before then.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Okay. And what's that other guy? The guy that he's the light skinned dude. Kane Brown doesn't get that heat.
I don't like his music though.
But I mean,
but I get
the argument of why he doesn't get heat is because he acts white. if you replace King Brown with Morgan Wallen, it would be the same song.
Yeah.
And that's the flack that he gets, is that, you know, whereas like Shabuzi is amazing. Have you heard Shabuzi?
No.
Oh, you need to.
Oh wait,
you're gonna like
the bar song. Right?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
I was listening to it on the way here.
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so and that's the point that I'm making. At that point is that like Shabuzi is a black guy, has black influence. He knows there's black culture there somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's making a country song, and he's putting Chingy's Tipsy in there.
Yeah.
Because he also knows black. He understands like, I'm black, bro. Like there's some blackness in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the point that if anything, the hate on the Beyonce album highlights that.
Yeah.
Is that like y'all don't? It's not that you don't like the music.
It's
You don't like her.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Because you think that, and you're gatekeeping whiteness.
Yeah.
But you don't understand that like. She could most definitely make a country song. That Jolene cover that she did is a country song.
Yeah, I heard that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And for her to have Dolly and Willie on there, you know,
she obviously has like the respect of like the people who matter.
And Jolene wasn't even written by her.
Oh, okay.
Dolly wrote it.
Really?
Dolly rewrote it for her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, at least parts of it.
Okay.
She's credited as a writer on it.
Wow.
Which again, it just goes to show like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And I'm not sure she's credited as a writer on it because she originally wrote the original song.
I think that's probably why.
But I've heard rumblings that she rewrote some stuff for it.
Really?
That like she
co-wrote
was there in the studio with her.
Yeah.
And that was per Beyonce's request. Yeah. That she was like, I don't want to cover Jolene unless she's part of this process.
It makes sense, and that's another thing. Like going back to Drake is like the paying homage of who you're covering or who you're kind of getting this influence from. My issue with, like, I didn't listen to the album because I'm not a Beyonce fan. Like,
that's fair.
And it's just not it's not something I'm going to listen to.
Yeah.
But I respect her as an artist. I think she's a great artist, like one of the top artists, you know, of our generation for sure.
Yeah.
What didn't sit right with me was, like, the country community being like, this isn't how you do country, da-da-da-da-da, because it didn't fit the mold of beer, horses and bullshit like that, right?
Dirt
like,
road, pickup truck.
Yeah, and so I think you're right. Like they are gatekeeping that community of country, and they're very picky with who they let in and let pass. But I was curious about your take on that, just because the public perception of it and like how like the hate comments that she got.
It's crazy,
was
right?
Insane. Yeah, it was insane.
It really sheds light on people like the anger that they get so like quickly. I'm like, bro, what? Like you are not this upset about a song.
No.
Bro, what? Why are we so upset about a song?
And even if you're not a fan of her, like you can't deny like just how big of a fucking star she is, and like,
she's massive.
She is like musically talented. Like, she is a great artist.
Yeah. One of these on another podcast, I'll go. You guys can slam me for my Beyonce take.
That's a wild take, and that if you put that up on any platform,
I have put it up there.
Really,
I have put it up there, and I get a lot of people being like, "This bro is crazy," but then I also get a lot of black people that are like, "Yeah, we've been knowing this."
That's nuts. But also that just goes back to like the fact that I don't listen to her enough to be able to like. I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson growing up.
Yeah,
and then like
I did too. I'm a Michael Jackson stan.
Yeah,
you know, like I know. Like my 5 favorite Michael Jackson songs aren't even hits. They're like all B-sides. That's how much I love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And then, but it for me, it further drives the point of why I think that Beyonce's better than her.
I'd have to hear that one day because that's the first time I've heard that take. Like I listen to a lot of people who do music and do pods and stuff like that. I've never heard that take.
Yeah, I can like dive deep into why I think that on a huge level, and it has to. It's not even just. It goes into like the person, and it goes into like the history and the times and like Beyonce's never gonna outsell him
for sure,
right? But that makes it even stronger for me that she's not gonna outsell him.
Yeah, because
the pop machine that was the 80s when Thriller came out was made so that they were going to milk that album for as long as they possibly could. The collective, everybody. Okay. You know what I mean? Radios, it was, you know, nowadays with social media, Spotify, Apple Music, there's no way that any song will ever generate that kind of collective, like, worldwide push. Yeah. You know, not like us, it's probably going to be the closest thing that we can conceptualize for that moment of time. Yeah. But it takes like the perfect ingredients.
Did you listen to that BBL Drizzy?
Oh, that shit was so funny, dude. That shit was so funny.
Bro, there's people around the world.
Japan.
Bro, doing covers to this song.
Yeah, there's a merengue version.
I heard the merengue version was my favorite. Yeah. I heard an emo cover to it.
Yeah.
Like, that was insane. I think that stretch of like 2-3 weeks where they were
was
beefing,
gold. It was gold.
That's cemented in history.
It's gold, bro.
Like
yeah.
And I told my girlfriend, like, we were at the pool hall the day that that he dropped Family Matters, and then right after that, Meet the Grams came out.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is like a day in history. Like, we're never gonna get
and then for Not Like Us to come out after that.
Yeah, and we're never gonna get the 1 and 2 artists in hip hop to ever beef again. Like, this like next stretch of rappers, there are crazy, some great rappers, but there's I just don't see like another Kendrick or another Drake or another Cole. But people probably also said that when Pac and Biggie and you know, Nas and Jay-Z were like all beefing. Like, they probably thought like, we're never gonna see this again, but now we're seeing like 1 and 2 go at it again. But you can't compare. I saw a couple takes on this. Is like, you can't compare like Biggie and Pac during their battle to like this monument of a battle, because these are two of like the biggest artists at like their peak of their career, right? Like, we had saw Biggie and Pac like kind of like not even at the start of their career, but just kind of going through it still. Like, they weren't mega stars.
They became massive afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they weren't mega stars like Drake and Kendrick already.
Although Pac was probably closer to the megastar status, because Pac was also acting.
Yeah.
Like, like Pac is in like 2 or 3 like critical, like not critically acclaimed, like 2 or 3 die-hard cult classics in the black community.
Yeah. Was it Juice and Poetic Justice, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. But how long was that run of like?
I'm not that well versed. I like Biggie more. Yeah,
but personally, I like Biggie more as well.
Yeah.
Only because like I love that like dark hip hop. Like, all his music, he had some fucked up shit that he was saying in there. But, But I love like some of those songs are just like dark and gritty. And like, that's why, like,
is that New York hip hop?
Yeah, and that's why I fuck with New York hip hop, bro. I found this one girl. Her name's Scarlip, and I don't know how new she is, but she has like 2 songs that are like
she dope.
New York,